So this video is entitled Health is Wealth. It comes from the article Health is Wealth, 11 Things You Can Do Right Now to Save Your Life, which can be found in the Global Village magazine. You feel me? And the main point behind Global Village magazine is, bam, I'm gonna let Muhammad tell you. Always do it like that. So the main reason for this video at this particular time is, really before we can get into all the, spiritual stuff or get into, the political or economic stuff, you got to take care of your physical body, because if your physical body is not right, it just causes a lot of complications and, takes a lot of energy away from doing things that you could or otherwise be doing. You just want to just lay in the bed all day. When you're sick, you can't even do anything. So you gotta take care of home base first. And so this video is an effort to try to just expand on the knowledge base of when it comes to health in the human body. Because a lot of the things that we've been told about health from what you would call like Western medicine is just not correct. It's just not correct. Western medicine deals more with, addressing symptoms after they've occurred, and then not even very effectively because they just address the symptom but not the root cause. Whereas what we're going to talk about is really getting to the root cause of disease or dysfunction and providing health throughout the whole body, which is key. And so before I go forward, I just want to say that, please, don't just take my word for any of this. Fact check all of it before you start doing anything in your life. I am not a doctor, and this video was not approved by the FDA. You feel me? But it's all good. It's all good info, as you'll see, as we really get into it. But just, fact check yourself, learn about it yourself. So that's the best thing to do. So boom, let's get into it. So the first thing, and these are kind of put in order, like of importance, you could say. So we're going to start out with some of the most important concepts first. And so the first thing is to, make sure you're breathing and stretching. Now, this might sound kind of silly, but it's really the foundation for everything. Breathing deep is so key. When you think about it, you can live, maybe like a few weeks without food, maybe a month, a couple months, something like that. You can maybe go like maybe a week without water. I don't even know if you can make it that long, really, without water. But you can't go a couple minutes without breathing. That's how important it is. So when you're talking about health, you can't just look at, oh, what is my diet looking like? Or, I'm gonna go to the gym and exercise 15 times a week, which is good. But the most fundamental thing you can do to help improve your health right here, right now, that you do a million times a day is breathing. You're literally pulling energy out of the air. So obviously, the deeper you breathe, the more energy you pull out of the air. The more energy you pull out of the air, the more you are able to energize your body and let your body do the functions that it was created to do. And that's another thing. As we get into this, you'll see certain themes, and one of the themes is it's not about really adding stuff into the body, so to speak. It's really more just about moderating the amount of toxins you take in, and then making sure you provide an efficient way for your body to get rid of the toxins. You know what I'm saying? It's not really about going on an extra vegan diet unless that's like what you feel like you want to do. It's about moderation and balance, but making sure your body has a million mechanisms to get rid of toxins. You just have to make sure you eliminate the barriers to those mechanisms doing their jobs. That's what this is mostly really about. And stretching and breathing does that. because it allows the energy to circulate. As the energy circulates, it brings in the new energy, brings in the new nutrients, eliminates the waste. That's the cycle. You bring in the nutrients, eliminate the waste. That's the cycle. So you have to make sure that all channels are operating properly, so to speak. And breathing and stretching is just key in that, because it opens up the energy channels. Stretching opens up the energy channels. Breathing enhances the amount of energy that goes in the energy channels so that your body can do what it does. So I just, number one, with a bullet, stretching and breathing. Make sure, and it's easy. It's easy. It's literally 1 minute. Do 30 seconds. 30 seconds of stretching when you first wake up in the morning, and do like a little light stretch before you go to bed at night, and make sure you stretch out your spinal cord, because your spinal cord connected to your brain makes up your central nervous system, and that is the means by which your brain communicates with your body, and your body communicates with your brain, and it's the feedback information that they talk to each other and say, this is what I need, this is what's happening, oh, this is what I need, this is what's happening. And it's a reciprocal process, but it's mandatory. Long story short, that's how they communicate with the body, the central nervous system. So you got to make sure your spinal cord is stretched out, because those are the main channels you need open. Gotta have it. So the second thing is water. Water. Honestly, there could be a 30-minute video, an hour-long video just on water alone. There could be an hour-long video just on stretching and breathing, just on breathing alone, that we could really do. But trying to keep it as clear and concise as possible. Water, you are water. You're energized water, condensed. And so even the tissues that you perceive as solid, at their core are cells. Cells are mostly water. You are mostly water. And the process by which you take in water, and remember, this was the second on our hierarchy as well. You can go a few minutes without breathing. You can only go a few days without water. Food comes last. Food is last. Water is more essential. Air is even more essential than that. But you got to get clean water. You got to get clean water, and you got to do a lot of it, more than you're probably doing right now, because your body is literally about that system of eliminating the impurities from your cells. The water comes in, takes the impurities out of your cells and cleans your cells. It's like a fish tank. It's like a fish tank. If you don't clean out a fish tank, what happens to the fish? A day later, he's dead, because the pollution in the water messed all this up. Couldn't function anymore. It's the same thing. It's if you have so many cells and you're such a good human organism that you're dealing with all this BS that you're taking in. But in reality, you can do your body a great favor by making sure you're drinking lots and lots of water. Okay, so what's good water? Tap water is just a no-no for reasons that should be obvious, but it's just not clean. It's not good for you. Think to yourself, why would they fluoridate the water? Fluoride and chlorine, those are poisons. Why would they put that in the water? Next up is, bottled water. Bottled water is like, there's degrees to this too. That's another thing that we also get into, and that's degrees. Everything is, has levels to it. Everything is, so with the example with the water, the tap water is probably like, sewer water is like on the bottom, and tap water is like not that but far above that. Then you got the bottled water, right? And then up here you got like really good, like filtered, clean, like alkaline water. So there's degrees that you're dealing with. And you can see the same thing when it comes to food. There's degrees that you deal with. But so tap water is only if you're like dying of thirst. Bottled water is good, if that's what you can get your hands on. Fiji's probably one of the better ones. But you really want to aim for, you can do distilled water. I think distilled water takes away some of the minerals in your body, so it's not good to OD on the distilled water. But what's good water is the alkaline water. The alkaline water is on point.